enough time to get your bets in for these primetime games, and that's what we do right here on the drive-thru, is give you live free picks against the spread and totals and money lines out there for the primetime games tonight. And let's take a look at the crew for tonight's show. We got Shane Mickle join us on location, Las Vegas Sportsbook, masking up. We don't want him getting kicked out. That's Tony Brown. Rod Zawacki is with us. Alex Smart's joined us as my co-host here with Chris Ruffolo. Of course, Ninos will be here as well. Damian Sosh and Mitch will sign in bottom of the hour. All right, Chris, ready? It's a huge card from the NHL and the college hoops tonight.
Huge card, and we got a huge card on the of cappers on the drive-through as well. But you know what? There's no place I'd rather be tonight. So let's get it started.
Let's get this one started and welcome Alex Smart to the show. Alex, how are things going?
Good. How's it been with you guys?
Everything's going great. All right, let's take a look at the game you've selected for the show. The Battle of the Wounded here, LA Clippers and Miami Heat. Here with the Heat laying 5, total 212. But one team's getting more healthier, where another team, their superstars are hitting the COVID.
Yeah, the Clippers are really shorthanded here, and you have to constantly just keep on looking to fade them, especially against a team like Miami. I know that Miami's also not at full strength, but I don't know what we're going to do here tonight. Jimmy Butler he's upgraded to questionable, and my sources say he's supposed to play. I'd hedge off at the last minute here, guys. Honestly, I always have to be upfront with these selections. If Butler doesn't play, we're going to hedge off. Okay, but if Butler plays, we're going to keep going in, and I don't know, maybe even look at some live bets as the game goes on. But the price is kind of high. We all know that. But anyway, that's where we're at right here. We're at Miami, and we're going to lay the number.
Laying the number here with Miami here against the LA Clippers. All right, Chris, of course, this is one of those injury game situations. And, this Clipper team, we saw them without their stars there, and they couldn't really get a lot of offense going against Atlanta.
No, we've also seen the Heat pull off the shorthanded thing earlier this year when I believe they picked up either the Sixers or the Celtics that they beat shorthanded. But, I'm with Alex here. I think that Miami, they've had a bit of a hangover since making the finals last year. If they want to be taken seriously as a repeat contender, I think they have to win games like these. And, this is a winnable spot. If you can't beat the Clippers without Paul George and without Kawhi Leonard and this shorthanded, there's questions that have to be raised at this point. So I think Miami steps up and answers the bell here. I'll lay the 5.
Yeah, Miami's used to playing with the shorthanded deck here, whereas Beverly could be out as well. I think he's experienced a knee injury. So Clippers really shorthanded, really 3 key players on that roster. All right, Alex, good night of college hoops, handful of NBA, but a huge hockey card. What you have going on over at Big Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we've got lots of college. We've got NBA. We've got college basketball. Today's one of those days of a moves. I'm going to hit it, and let's hope we have a big night.
All right, guys, check out Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs Premium. Those long-term passes are available. Why not pick up one of his one-day pass for tonight? Get those profits, roll it over to a long-term pass from Alex Smart. You can see there 3, 7, and 30-day all-sports pass. That means you'll get every play that Alex releases at Pig Dogs for the period of time that you select. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. Good luck with your plays tonight, and we'll talk with you next week.
Take care, guys. Bye.
All right. My buddy Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here with the show. We're going on location again. And we're going to the Las Vegas Sportsbook, and we're going to welcome Tony Brown. Now, he's masked up because he does a sportsbook, okay? So he's got to follow the rules. We don't want him getting kicked out. Tony, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I have to keep the mask on, but I can do the show as long as I'm actively eating or drinking. So here's to you.
All right.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Cheers. Keep the drinks coming. All right. But just not too much until you're off the show. All right. Make sure you're centered also on the screen, too. All right, Tony, let's get to your game. It's the late night game on TNT. Golden State Warriors at Phoenix Suns. The Suns here laying a point and a half, total 219.5.
A good spot for the Suns at home. First of all, the Warriors are playing their 3rd game in 4 nights, so fatigue is definitely going to be a factor. And it's the 2nd night of a back-to-back. They just came off a game last night with Minnesota, had to travel down to Phoenix or whatnot. So a lot of those little factors why this game is only a 1 point. And then the main factor, the Suns, they're putting up 100, 120 points, and that was without their leading scorer, Devin Booker. Devin Booker makes his return tonight for Phoenix. They got Chris Paul over there. I think home team Phoenix, fully loaded versus the Warriors team, a little fatigue on the back-to-back, third and fourth nights. Just 1 point. It's basically a pick 'em, and for my money, I'm going to pick the Suns.
All right, Tony Brown here is going to go ahead and take the Phoenix Suns, laying the 1.5 against the Golden State Warriors. All right, Chris, we're looking at this one tonight, late night on TNT. The Suns won with Chris Paul. They pretty much have slowed the pace down like he did with Houston. Of course, the Warriors, though, third game in 4 nights. They did look good against Minnesota, but that was the Timberwolves teams that really can't play defense.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no D in Minnesota, figuratively and literally. But you know what? I got called out in the YouTube comments for not sticking to my guns on a couple of these picks. So I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. I'm still on the Warriors. I just think that we haven't really seen Chris Paul and Devin Booker kind of be cohesive yet. We haven't seen them really gel. But Tony makes a lot of good points. The travel does concern me a little bit. But you know what? I still gotta stick with Golden State here. What brought me to the dance? They're just in better form right now.
All right, there. Looking at the Suns here and the Warriors. We got Chris looking at the other side. All right, Tony, you're in the sports book. You're getting ready to get down on the early games, but we're going to give you the last word on your Phoenix Suns pick.
Yeah, I mean, Chris makes a good point. The Warriors coming off back-to-back wins. They put up 123, but like you said, it was against Minnesota. Going into Phoenix right now, and then Devin Booker coming back. Besides Kobe, we haven't seen nobody score that many points in a game. Devin Booker put up 70 points. Like, this guy can score. So Phoenix was doing okay without their leading scorer, getting their leading scorer back, catching a tired Warriors team. I think this is easy money tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look at the numbers here. You're performing very well. As we look here, past 7 days, 615 units of profit. A big night here from College Hoops, some NBA out there. Some high hockey, too, because we like betting hockey. Get that mask on, Tony. Get that mask on, Tony. Get that mask on. Get that mask on. All right, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? I got your back, buddy.
Thank you, man. You seen them before I could even see them. No, we're good, man. Just like every day, we got the triple play. You get my best play from all 3 sports, NBA, NCAA, NHL. And then you can get the weekly, monthly, daily, yearly passes. The number speaks for themselves, 615 units just this week. And, it's consistent. You guys keep consistent records over there. It's not like a fly-by-night, good week, good lucky thing. I've been putting up numbers, pounding these books for a while, and I'm here in Vegas. I get the best lines. If you want to make some money betting sports, go ahead and click on one of my packages and let's get paid.
All right, that's right. Let's get paid here. Tony Brown, you see the numbers there at Pig Dogs Premium. Over 600 units of profit past 7 days. Why not pick up his 1 day pass for tonight and then upgrade to a long-term pass? Once you get those profits from tonight, that's the way to go. The long-term pass is the best value over at Pig Dogs. You'll get all of Tony's plays from the NBA, College Hoops, Super Bowl's in play if you get that 30-day, and of course, NHL hockey. But you select the length of time, you'll get all of his plays. Now, Tony, I want to show you something. Pick up the glass. Pick up the glass. No. Your drink. Pick up your drink. I got a way to keep the mass police. Just hold the drink when you're talking. That'll keep the mass police away. All right?
Man, see, that's why you get paid the big bucks, Tony. That's why you host the show.
Just keep the drink near the lips and you'll be fine, my man. There you go. Exactly. All right.
Nice.
All right. It's always great to have you on the show. We got you back next Tuesday. Have yourself a good night.
All right, man. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'll see you guys soon. And we lost last night. We're going right back again on the Lakers, man. We just got to win more than we lose, and we get paid every time. Lakers tonight, bonus pick.
All right, bonus pick there from Tony Brown, chugging those drinks down over in the Las Vegas Sportsbook Casino. All right, I'll continue
Tony,
on here.
I swear to you saw that security guard coming in like a heat-seeking missile behind Tony. It's just like, hey, get the drink up, get the mask up.
Let's get.
See, that's why Tony T is the best wingman to have in a situation like this, because sees the security guard swooping in from the back. No, not on my watch.
Absolutely not on my watch is that going to happen. All right, here, guys, you're on the drive. The reminder: subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Now, get started early morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod Zawacki, you got Chris, you got Brian Bittler. They get you started. Of course, we got the Computer Pick Show. It's about an hour before us, and then the drive-through at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, we know every Wednesday is the UFC show, MMA coverage as well, and throughout the week as the cards are posted. All right, Chris, as always, we want to remind you guys, give us that thumbs up, that like. That greatly helps us build our audience, Chris.
Absolutely, it does, and it allows us to, introduce new stuff to you guys, like we've done with the MMA show in recent weeks. Payne and Brad are absolutely killing it on there. We have our morning, like Tony said, our morning show, the computer pick show, our drive-through. It's just all the support allows us to bring you products like and content like this from us. When you guys help us, we can help you. Just one of those full circle things. If you can help us out, we really appreciate the support, but we love giving back to the Pick Dogs community. That's one of the best ways to help us out, is giving us that thumbs up and those subscriptions.
Absolutely. A thumbs up helps us out. We got a full show. We got 9 picks on the show today. By the way, if you happen to miss any picks, stay tuned to the end of the show. We're going to recap them all. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Looks like we've got El Ninos wired in here for the next segment. He's going to look at a hockey play for us tonight. Let's go ahead and bring him in right now. El, how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, El. The game you will be looking at for tonight will be Red Wings at Stars at 8:30 Eastern Time. NHL Center Ice package has the Stars here laying 170. Total sits at 5 goals, but you're going to look at this game a different way.
Yeah, I really like this play a lot. Could have very well been a premium play. The line is dropping, so maybe wait till closer to puck drop to make this play. But yeah, we got a very good Dallas Stars team going up against one of the worst teams in the league. Jake Oettinger will be making his NHL debut in goal. But again, this is a pretty good team to be making your debut for at goalie. They're allowing just 1 goal a game, which is the best in the league. Also, their defense deserves a lot of credit for that too. They're 4th in shots on goal allowed. So again, he's got some great defense in front of him. Going up against one of the worst offenses in the league. Great spot to make your start here at goalie again. So we're getting the better team, better defense, better offense. New goalie, but I don't think that'll be enough for the Red Wings to pull the upset off here. I'm splitting my bet again. The money line's a little juicy still, despite it dropping. So I'm taking a bit making half my bet on the money line, half my bet on the puck line here to get around -110. It's probably around even money now, actually, and you might get a better line, some plus money on that. Closer to puck drop.
All right, splitting the bet here with Dallas and the Red Wings. Chris, just get your thoughts here on your hockey betting strategy. Is that something you often do, splitting your bet?
I mean, normally for me, I've been always brought up in terms of betting just on the basics, either money line or puck line. I know the alternate handicap is something that I've started to pick up on since being on the drive-through and since being on Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs, but for me, I guess I could say I'm more of a traditionalist. I either stick money line or puck line, depending on the odds. But that's just me personally.
All right, that's your preference there. All right, Al, a big night of hockey, huge night college hoops. We got a handful of NBA games going up right now. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, just 4 plays today. 2 college basketball, 1 NBA, and my favorite NHL player of the day as well. So I think they're all great plays, and I think you should check them out.
All right, guys, check out El Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got his 1-day pass up there tonight. Get that winning. Take those winnings from tonight. Apply to one of those long-term passes. That's the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. It's one of those long-term passes. You can find El Ninos over there at Pig Dogs. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Have a great night and great weekend, and we'll talk with you next week.
All right, guys, have a good weekend, and enjoy the games. Lots of good games today, so enjoy them.
All right, enjoy. El Ninos here on the drive. You can also find him in the chat. He's often in the chat room for our show as well as the morning show, so you can look for El throughout the week. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-through. All right, big guy, you're up in center now. We're going to be looking at your game, and we're going to stay on the ice. Let's go ahead and get the pick. Here we go. We got the Ottawa and Vancouver, 10 Eastern Time. NHL Center Ice will have it. Vancouver laying $1.60. Total sits here at 6.5 goals.
Yeah, this was a game that I liked so much that it actually is a premium pick. But you know what? I'm going to give it out on the drive-through because I love it that much. Guys, I'm taking Vancouver on the puck line here. They've already dominated the Senators twice this year. This was the Senators team that I was actually giving some benefit of the doubt to. They beat the Leafs in their opener. And, they started to actually look like those are signs of life. But then, you kind of realize over time, early season, these rivalry games could be a coin flip either way. And then now we're starting to really see Ottawa in their true colors. This is just a bad hockey team that's in full-on struggle mode right now. They're driving the struggle bus. Like I said, they've lost 6 straight. In the first 2 games against Vancouver of this 3-game back-to-back, they've been outscored 12-2 and scored 1 goal in 3 of their last 4 games. Those numbers like that, are not going to cut it in today's NHL when, offense is the name of the game. I think it's that way in a lot of major sports leagues, and I think that the NHL is going to be no different. Vancouver Canucks were a playoff team last year. They retained the majority of their core. You could argue that they maybe took a step back in the crease in goal. But you know what? This is still a high-flying Vancouver team. Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, Elias Pettersson, a very, very young and a very good Vancouver team that we're going to see a lot of playoff appearances from the years to come. But they hit a rough patch earlier this year. But you know what? Kier's hitting a rough patch? Playing the Ottawa Senators 3 nights in a row. I'm going to take the Vancouver Canucks on the puck line -1.5. I wouldn't be surprised if you even wanted to maybe take an alternate puck line at -2.5. But for this pick, we're going to stick with Vancouver -1.5 at +115.
All right, so a pick there from Chris, taking the Vancouver Canucks. This is the puck line, -1.5 goals at +115 against the Ottawa Senators. This one will start at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch it on NHL Center Ice Pass. All right, Chris, let's take a look here. You're having a fantastic year in the NHL as well as college basketball. We see the college numbers there in college hoops, over 1,174 units of profit. NHL, 440 units of profit. We got a big NHL card, huge card from college hoops, handful from the NBA. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight I still got my 5-packs up there. I got tap in Thursday for the NHL. I've got my Thursday throwdown for college hoops. Looking to finish today strong, head into the weekend on a winning note. We were a big winner on WhaleBet Wednesday yesterday. We're only going to carry that forward today. But guys still got those long-term passes up there, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, even the yearly pass. Those are only going to bring the price per pick down. They could even be pennies per pick if you have a yearly pass, even a couple bucks a pick for the 30-day. Guys, also we have the season passes up there. I still got my college basketball season pass up there. You can see from the numbers already, we're having a great start to the year. Up way more than you're down if you're on that college basketball season pass. Also, I just put my NHL season pass up there. Guys, I'm one of the 2 puck dogs for a reason. Seriously, we know our hockey, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here. But guys, I keep saying it. The opportunities are endless for you guys over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place Premium. Don't miss out on them.
Don't miss out there on Chris Ruffolo. You see the numbers, 1,174 units of profit return on college hoops, plus 440 in NHL. NHL is just starting up here. Good time to pick up one of those long-term passes from Chris. You see there the 7-day, 30-day pass. Get every play that he releases at Pig Dogs Premium for the length of time that you choose. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Reminder to everyone to give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you a lot, Jazzy, for that. Reminder to all the people in the chat room, to all our audience out there, you help us grow when you give us that thumbs up and that like button. All right, let's continue on, and welcome to the show, Rod Zawacki. Now looking at the picks, it's nothing but hoops the rest of the way, guys. So let's get this going. And by the way, if you miss any of the picks, we recap them at the end of the show. All right, Rod Zawacki, you're up next. Rod, how you doing? Hello, Rod.
Oh, we're like all delayed.
You were a little delayed there, Rod. We got you there. All right, let's get right to the game. We've got ESPNU 9 Eastern Time, Belmont, Austin P. We got Belmont, the Bruins, laying 5.5 here in this one, total 152.5.
You bet. For me in this one, we got Belmont, top of the league in the OBC, taking on Austin P here. Austin P not so far in the year, not playing what we expected from them. We figured that they'd be playing a little better. Coming into this matchup here, I look at who Belmont's played, and really you look at Belmont's schedule, and it's a patter puff of teams that have come on through. They've had the 10th easiest schedule in the country, so it's a tough test for them here going against Austin P. Austin P's defense just as good as theirs. Both teams giving up about 68, 69 points a game on defense. And offense, Austin P, they haven't shot the ball from the three-point land as much as as good as they can. So I think we're going to see a little bit of increased production behind the three in this game for Austin P from guys like Terry Taylor, Jordan Adams. I think they come out a little more inspired for this game. But the big reason why I'm going to go with Austin P as the underdog here is I think they can win the rebound battle against Belmont. That's one weakness that Belmont has. They're not as great against getting that rebound. And I think Austin P, the Governors, grab more rebounds tonight. I don't know if they win this game, but I think this game comes down to a 2-3 point game at most. Take Austin P plus the points.
All right, Razawaki here on Austin P plus the points here against Belmont. All right, Chris, this is a mid-major game. Your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, Rod and I were talking about it, behind the scenes, and I got to stick to my guns on this one. I'm still on Belmont here. I just Rod's 100% right. They haven't played the toughest schedule, Belmont haven't, but they've been blowing teams out left and right. And Austin P just hasn't been the same team that we saw from last year, and we may see an inspired effort here from the Governors against the best team in the conference, but it's just hard for me to get behind a team that's 4-16-1 against the number in their last 21 games. So I'm sticking with Belmont on this one.
All right, it looks sticking there with Belmont. All right, Rod, why don't you throw a little pepper in this one? Give us the final word on Austin P plus the 5.5.
Well, another reason why this series head-to-head, the home team is 6-1 ATS. The last 7. Who's Austin P? Give me Austin P plus the points.
Austin P plus the 5.5 here against Belmont. All right, Rod, let's take a look here at the numbers. You're having a really good solid season in the NBA, approaching 500 units of profit. We got a handful of games in the NBA. Huge card NHL and college hoops. What you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we swept the board in the NBA last night with our Wealthy Wednesday. So today we got Rod's Thursday takeover. I've got a 3-play in the NHL, my top shelf 3 NHL plays, or you can get it all together in the one Thursday takeover package, where I've got 2 college basketball, 2 NBA plays, and the 3 NHL plays. Get them all over one big package. Thursday takeover. We're going to take over the books tonight over at Pick Dogs Premium, $34.95.
Yeah, swept the board yesterday in the NBA. Now it's time to take over the books. Take over Thursday from Rod Sawaki. Get that one-day pass tonight. Take over the books. And then, of course, with those winnings, upgrade to one of those long-term passes you see there on the screen. He's got a 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. That just means every play that Rod releases, you get based on the period of time that you choose. All right, Rod, as always, it's great having you on the show. You're back on the show tomorrow, but you open up the day with Chris, Mitch, and Brian with the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
You bet. Tune in. I might have something a little special for you at the end.
All right. At the end of the show, guys, stay tuned. Of course, that Rod's Birdcage play, you don't want to miss that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive. So keep those thumbs up coming, guys. We greatly appreciate build up our audience. Let's continue on. We've got 9 picks on today's show. We got a lot more to cover, and let's go. Let's bring in Shane Mickle. Shane's going to be looking at a college hoop game for tonight. Big 12 action. Let's bring him in. Shane, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. It's today where I'm at. I know it's tonight where Chris is at, but let's take a look at the game for tonight. TCU and Kansas. ESPN Plus will televise 8 Eastern time. Kansas laying a bundle here. 14.5. Total sits here at 136.5.
Yeah, it's a good thing this year that Duke is struggling, Kentucky are struggling, because there's going to be a lot more talk about this Kansas team and how much they've underperformed with what was expected coming into the season. 504 maybe. This team looks like a team that's going to get bounced in the round of 32. TCU and Kansas played earlier this season. Kansas won that game by 29 points, but this Kansas team has looked a lot different since that game. That TCU game was their last win, and since that point, they've lost 3 games in a row, and the defense has been awful. Not something that Bill Self teams are usually known for their defense, but not this one. Kansas should still win and probably win pretty comfortably, but this is just too many points. I'll take my chances with TCU getting 14.5.
All right, Shane Mickle here looking at this one with the go ahead and take the points with TCU against the Kansas Jayhawks. All right, Chris, we know Kansas had their struggles here. 14.5 is a heavy lift for them here.
It is, and I will concede that Allen Fieldhouse is not as scary for visiting teams without fans in the stands. But Tony, why you got to do this to me? I got to stick with Kansas on this one only because I just think that with Kansas, 3 straight losses. They risk falling out of the top 25. They need to have a convincing performance here. A 4th straight loss, which is not out of the realm of possibility, let's be honest, I think would be catastrophic for this team. It wouldn't knock them out of a tournament berth, but in terms of an at-large bid, but it would be detrimental to their success going forward. So I'm sticking with Kansas. It's a lead. It's not one of my favorite plays on the board.
All right, Chris respectfully disagrees. So, Shane, why don't you respectfully say why you're right and he's not?
Yeah, I just think, TCU's offense has struggled, but this Kansas defense is not playing well, and they don't look motivated. I think this is just too many points.
All right, thinking there's a little too many points. All right, Shane, let's take a look at the card for tonight, and let's take a look at where you're at. You're doing well in the NBA. Remember, you were number 2 at Pig Dogs in the NBA last year. We're chasing Mitch, just couldn't pass him at the wire. About almost 250 units in the plus side. We got an NBA card. We got a huge card from college, and of course NHL. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we got a 5-pack in college basketball. I do have a couple NBA plays, but they're not in any packages tonight. So if you want that, hop on a long-term package, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Get more bang for your buck.
That's right. Get more bang for your buck when you get one of those long-term passes from Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. You like to bet the NBA. Shane's put up a track record there, finishing number 2 at Pig Dogs, and this year he's climbing up the rankings there, so check him out over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Shane, it's always great having you on the show, and look forward to more of your contributions next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right,
I'm just going to dig myself into this hole a little bit further.
He's digging. All right. That's all right. They're on the drive to guys. Again, we got a lot more picks coming up. Mitch is scheduled here in a little bit, and we're first going to go with Damian, and then Mitch will follow. But just a reminder, at the end of the show, we're going to recap everything. We got 9 picks, a full show tonight, so be sure to stay tuned for the end. Of course, that thumbs up, guys. Keep that audience going for us. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time to bring in Damian Sosh. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Damian, how are things going today?
Doing good, guys. How about yourselves?
All right, doing great. All right, let's take a look at the pick for today. All right, we're going big. We're going to the Big Ten here with Michigan State at Rutgers, 7 Eastern time. This one on Fox 1. Rutgers laying 3. Total sits here at 141.5.
Yeah, looking into this game, guys, I like the under. Rutgers, they had lost 5 in a row prior to finally snapping that streak on the road against Indiana. But a big reason for their struggles is their offense has kind of just disappeared. Over the last 5 games, they've averaged just 62 points, shot just 41% from the floor. Now they're playing a Michigan State team that, they've historically struggled against. And by that, I mean they've never beaten them. They're 0-11 against the Spartans. But Michigan State, they're dealing with some issues of their own. They were hit with COVID-19. They haven't played since January 8th. In that game, they beat Purdue 55-54. But even before this COVID layoff, I think the Spartans' offense was rather inconsistent. You didn't know where you're going to get in and night out from them. I expect some rust after that long layoff. However, there's no reason these guys can't still defend even after that layoff. The first meeting between these two teams, Michigan State held Rutgers to just 45 points. I see this one as a real defensive battle. Rutgers, they're going to want to beat them. They've never beaten them in their history, so they're going to come out fired up on defense as well. I just see this as a defensive struggle and staying under the total.
All right, Damon, looking here at under the total in this one. Of course, Michigan State, a long layoff here, Chris.
Absolutely. Damien took one of my favorite points was that, Rutgers, I do think they're going to score, a little bit more in this game, but after they scored 45 in the first meeting, that's not saying very much. So, I think that and nobody adjusts your sets. I'm actually agreeing with the pick here. I like the under as well. I just think when I first saw this game, the first thing I thought was the first to 65 wins. Because, Michigan State, first game in 3 weeks, there's going to be some early chemistry issues, late game fatigue, like Damian said. And, Rutgers is the team that has struggled to score against Michigan State in the past, and I think it's going to be no different here. So first to 65 wins, stays under 130. Forget about 141.5. I like the under as well.
Defensive struggle here, Michigan State and Rutgers. All right, Damian, big card tonight from college hoops, some NBA and NHL as well. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, definitely a big card tonight. One of my plays already went off at 6 o'clock. I still have 2 more college basketball plays, 2 hockey plays, and an NBA play out there on the board yet for tonight. So head on over, check us out, check me out, and definitely do yourself a favor. I really like the card tonight, and looking forward to some big things this week.
All right, guys, check out Damian Sosh over at Big Dogs Premium. Get that one-day pass from him. He's got a good card going tonight from Hoops. And, of course, take those winnings and upgrade to one of those long-term passes. That's the best value over there at Big Dogs Premium. All right, Damon, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, everybody, Damian Sosh here on the drive-thru, guys. We'll continue on our coverage. And it's time to bring in Mitch. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, he's part of the morning crew here at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And let's go ahead and dial him in right now. And let's welcome Mitch to the show. Mitch, how you doing today?
Doing good, thanks.
All right, awesome, Mitch. Let's take a look at the game for tonight. It's Fox 1 at 9 Eastern Time. They're putting this on Fox 1. San Diego State will be hosting Wyoming. San Diego State here laying 15.5, total 141 in it.
I broke my Fox 1 losing streak last night with the Utah State win over UNLV. Let's see if we can start stringing some together. Had some miserable luck on Fox 1 this season, I gotta say. This station just hates my guts. Anyways, I just think that Wyoming, I like the young talent that they have. I like when they brought in Lindner to coach the team from Northern Colorado. He did a really nice job there with the with Northern Colorado, stringing together 20-win seasons like they're nothing. People talk about Drake stringing together those 20-win seasons. Leonard did it at Northern Colorado, even one better. He did it 3 years in a row, while Drake just did it 2 out of 3 years. He's turned this Wyoming program around in a hurry. This team is 10-5 coming into this game, no slouches. And look at what they're doing with freshmen, sophomores, Marcus Williams. Just outstanding. Xavier Dussel doing his part, Graham Ike. I think San Diego State, once again, is still, San Diego State. It's kind of like, well, they lost all these guys, and, what are they going to do? And it's kind of like, well, we say that every year, and they bring in some other guys that we never heard of, and then all of a sudden they're really good again. And that's just a quality program, and that's what you just kind of see year after year, right? It's just, We know what to expect from San Diego State. But the thing about San Diego State, a few of these games this year, they've dug themselves some big holes and have had to dig themselves out late. I think Wyoming can certainly test them here. I think it's going to be a closer game than the 15.5. That is a generous number. I'll take the points here.
Mitch here taking the points here with San Diego State and Wyoming. All right, Chris, you looked at this matchup. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, the Wyoming team that burned me multiple times this year, especially against Omaha earlier this year. I will never forget that game. But I got to be with Mitch on this one with Wyoming. 15.5 is too many. I just think it's a 10 to 12 point game for a Wyoming team that has more than enough talent to hang around. And San Diego State, I do think they'll dig themselves into a deep hole here. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one as a tie game at the half. So give me 15.5 in Wyoming.
All right, there with Wyoming plus the points. All right, Mitch, a nice card tonight when we look at who call it hoops. A few in the NBA, TNT doubleheader. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I just have 3 college basketball picks. I'm kind of trying to play it close to the vest, just picking out the games that I like the best, and that's the way I'm going to do it. I think sometimes I get in trouble when I try and extend myself, and also when I leave games off that I really, really like, and I just don't think I've done either of those things, even though I only have 3 picks for tonight and all in college hoops. None of them are picks that I gave out in videos or on the live show, so just something a little different than what we've been doing. But off the I had a horrible January, and I'm kind of putting together winners 2 of the last 3 days, and looking to make it 3 or 4 here. I think, like I said on the morning show, sometimes when you catch somebody who has a history of winning, big winning streaks, the time to catch them is when they're cold, and that, it's a lot better probability of it turning around in a hurry. And we've seen me come out of some cold streaks with a fury. So expecting that to happen here as well. Also, super happy with everybody, at Pick Dogs. You can see our roster just expanding and the quality just getting better and better and better. You see it on these shows. We saw James Clark this week. We saw Trey Jordan. We've seen Jovan. We've seen, look how far Ruffolo's come. He was a bag of potatoes when he started. Now he's like, well, he's still a bag of potatoes, isn't he? It's just, it's the camera adds 10 pounds. It's what it is. The camera has 10 pounds. Tony will tell you.
Yeah, that's
Camera.
That's right.
Camera.
You know how hard I have to look at like this. It's a lot of hard work to that 10 extra pounds that you got to put on when you're on camera. All right, Mitch. I know we got a lot of show updates. You had the MMA show. We've got the obviously the drive through your morning show, and of course computer pick show. But you got more coming up.
Yeah, we do. It's like we're just expanding and expanding. I think, Tony and I have been doing this for a while, and we always talk about what other people are doing, but I think now people are talking about what we're doing, and I'm really, really excited. We have a new partnership with YouTube that will be starting in the next couple of weeks. They contacted me. They were the ones that were interested in working with us. So we'll be doing some new things with YouTube as well, and also look for some celebrity appearances, which is a different thing for us as well. So we're not talking about Bitler either. We're talking about other celebrities.
A talent coming on in the near future.
We do have some A talent. The weird thing is, we actually do have A talent. We have like Academy Award winners, I believe, coming on.
Oh, all right.
Bitler's too worried about his extreme violator on Thursday.
Yeah, that is a little much for me. Biller has not been himself the last few days because he loves to go with the the lousy teams, and with he's a big watcher of the line movement. But college basketball, especially this season, what happens is that the lines come out a little bit late. We've had a lot of these back-to-back games, and then the lines don't move with the public line movement. The Vegas casinos, the sports books don't open until it's already 10:30 Eastern time, or 9:30 Eastern time. So the heavy movement, it happens about the time when we're doing our show. So it makes it a lot more difficult, and then a lot of this line movement has been just so weird. A lot of the line movement hasn't been representative of what's going to happen. I mean, last night we saw the Dallas Mavericks go from 4-point dogs to 1-point dogs, and they got blown out of the building, just not something that traditionally you see. And we've seen it a bunch. We saw, we've seen a bunch of teams like that. DePaul, last night, Butler, 2 days ago, where it's like you see these underdogs and the line drops from 7 to 5.5 and they lose by 25. Normally it's like they win by 3, I'm a little worried about, I would say, I like Rutgers tonight.
All right, there's another bonus there from Mitch here on the drive-through. All right, Mitch.
I gave it out in the video. And I like it. I like it again. I think when the books are begging you to take Michigan State, you got to pay attention.
Absolutely, there. Bonus there from Mitch. All right, Mitch, it's always great having your show. We'll listen and watch tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the morning show.
Yeah, and feel free in the comments next time Sosh is on to just fill it with Notre Dame sucks.
That's
many as you like.
All right. Thank you, Mitch. All right.
We have no respect for them.
Oh, that's right.
We love Damian. We hate Notre Dame.
That's our name. That's coming from a Miami Hurricane, so you know how deep that lies there. All right, Mitch, have a good night. Our buddy Mitch here on the drive-thru. I will continue here on the drive-thru. Now it's time for yours truly to step up with my pick, and let's take a look at the game I'll be looking at for tonight, and it's going to be from the NBA. It's a TNT game. It's Portland at Houston Rockets. Rockets laying 5, total 229, 7:30 Eastern time. I'm going to lay the points with the Houston Rockets. I like the way this Rockets team looks. I saw that game against Washington. They won and covered 3 straight. That was a 19-point win, but I just like their rhythm. I like their chemistry. Good news for the Rockets. Their leading scorer, Christian Wood, was upgraded to probable for Thursday. Houston now has their scores together. Wall, Oladipo, Gordon. We hope Wood is in there. Portland, though, missing 2 key starters, McCollum, Yusuf Nurkic. From the supporting cast, Covington out. We saw Derek Jones, Rodney Hood questionable with injuries. Without McCollum in the lineup, the Trailblazers sit second last in defensive efficiency, allowing 124 points per 100 possessions. The defense just tanked. That's not good for Rockets teams with healthy scorers. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with the Houston Rockets. Chris, I like to pick on some of these wounded teams, especially with key starters out.
Yeah, you like to kick the wounded when they're down. Just ask Tony whenever I pick the other side on the drive-through. No, honestly, I got to be with you on this one. I like it's the same joke I make. Blame me for beating a dead horse, but I'm going to start calling them the Portland Trailblazers just because there's no D and the only D is in the city of Portland. because there's no defense to be played with this Portland team. I'm with you. I like the direction the Rockets are going. Christian Wood, John Wall. It's going to be a team that actually may be the Oklahoma City Thunder from last year. The team that had no expectations after James Harden went, and then they could end up sneaking in as the 8 or the 7 seed. So I'm with you on the Houston Rockets in this one.
Yeah, I like Oladipo's body language. It looks to me like he loves playing in Houston, likes his teammates. You can see the chemistry building there. The Rockets. The play, guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack going on tonight in hoops, so check me out there, and also have long-term passes, your 7-day and your 30-day. All right, now it's time to go ahead and recap the picks. It was a big show. I told you there were 9 picks on the show today, so let's get started. Ninos joins us here on this segment. He promised us that he'll go with his top play and not try to be politically correct. Well, let's continue on. All right, we got started here with Alex Smart. Said go ahead and take the Heat, laying the 5 against the Clippers, but only if Butler plays, so keep an eye on that one. All right, Tony Brown, Suns -1.5 against the Warriors. Ninos, Dallas Stars -1 goal at -110 against Detroit Red Wings. Chris, Vancouver Canucks, the puck line -1.5 goals +155 against Ottawa. Rod Zawacki, Austin P, the home dog, +5.5 against Belmont, ESPNU TV game. Shane, TCU +14.5 against Kansas. Damian was on Michigan State Rutgers under 141.5. Mitch was on Wyoming +15.5 against San Diego State. He gave a bonus pick with Rutgers -3. I think that might have been his pick until Damian took that other one. But anyway, he gave a bonus for us. And yours truly on the Rockets, laying the 5 against Trailblazers, TNT at 7:30 Eastern time. Let's start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Oh, I got to go with Al on this one. I really like the Dallas Stars giving up the goal. I think you could even maybe give up 2 against Detroit. Even a defensive team like Dallas, I think they pound Detroit tonight. So give me the Stars.
All right, let's go to Ninos. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I'll have to return the favor and go with Chris's. I said the Red Wings were one of the worst teams in the league. Senators are right there with them, battling for that bottom spot. So I'll take the Canucks.
All right. It's a butty pick there from Ninos. All right, I will tell you the one I like the best here would be Michigan State Rutgers under the total there from Damian Sosh. All right, guys, we come back tomorrow and do this all over again at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's a drive to another full show. I think more of these shows are going to be full with 9 picks. Cross my fingers. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get 9 picks a show here as we move forward. Be sure to tune in 6 p.m. Eastern time with the drive-through. It all gets started 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. Mitch, Rod, Chris, Brian Bittler will get your day started. We're back here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's bring in the crew from tonight's show. We're going to wave you guys off and good nights, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. But first, right below me is the Birdcage play from Rod Zawacki. Kings, Ducks, Ottawa, plus 1160. There is no shake at all in the hands from Rod. This thing is rock solid, 100% confident from Rod Zawacki. That is your Birdcage pick from Rod.